Hello, everybody across the Nebraska Community Foundation Network. My name is Jim Gustafson. I'm the Director of Advancement and Gift Planning here at the Nebraska Community Foundation, and my role is helping people discover the joy of giving back to their hometown and favorite charitable organizations. We're glad you can join us for this session on how to launch a planned giving program. But before we get into the program, I want to share a few thoughts on why your fund may want to launch a planned giving program. First, helping your friends, family, and neighbors make a gift in their will for the benefit of your community will provide you with the future financial resources, yes, that's the money, to fulfill your fund's vision and mission. Second, a few years ago at the University of Nebraska's rural poll, the results show that 7 out of 10 Nebraskans are interested in learning how they can make a gift in their will to benefit their favorite charitable organization. So by your fund launching a planned giving program, you're going to be able to help your neighbors and friends and families learn how they can do this, information they're looking for. So you will be able to help your friends and neighbors. Third, planned giving allows, in my opinion, all members of the community with any size of assets, regardless of size of their net worth, to make perhaps the largest gift they ever can make of an asset when they no longer need that asset. And then finally, the vast majority of all planned gifts are very basic gifts in people's wills, or a beneficiary designation on a retirement plan, or a life insurance policy, or maybe a financial account. Planned giving does not need to be more complex than that for you and the people in your community. So today we're going to introduce you to the 5 ways to get started with a planned giving program. The first way we'll talk about is by leading by example, helping you make your own gift. Second, engaging with your local professional advisors who are helping their clients with their estate planning or investments, such as attorneys, accountants, investment advisors, life insurance agents. We'll review with you the special marketing tools Nebraska Community Foundation has put together to help communicate and educate about planned giving. We'll talk about different ways you can put into place educational programs, and then how you can partner with the Nebraska Community Foundation. So again, we are not recommending you start with all 5 of these. In fact, we really recommend picking 1 or 2 to start with. But however, we really emphasize using the lead by example as the place to start by making your own gift. And so to tell us more about leading by example, I'd like to ask my colleague, Jana Jensen, to take us away from there. Thank you, Jana.
Thank you, Jim. One of the first ways to get started with gift planning for your fund is to lead by example. As fund advisory committee members, we must lead by example. Planned giving is no exception. We know endowment building and planned giving go hand in hand. So if we want donors to give to our affiliated funds, we must first make a gift ourselves. A planned gift can be as simple as a beneficiary designation to your fund or charitable cause. Usually, it's as easy as filling out 1 piece of paper, which is what I've done to benefit not only my affiliated fund from my hometown, but the Nebraska Community Foundation. Once you've made a planned gift, planned giving conversations are really different. They take on a different form. And that's because your why becomes very real and your passion is heard in your voice. You've really put your money where your mouth is. So we encourage you to lead by example by making a planned gift and developing your why so you can inspire others. Emily, tell us about the next step, engaging professional advisors.
Thank you, Jana. So over time at Nebraska Community Foundation, we've learned that professional advisors, such as estate planning attorneys, financial planners, accountants, and life insurance agents, really just want to know 2 things about nonprofits. What do you do, and who do I call? Candidly, they already know their area of expertise, and we never want to tell them how to do their job. We just want to ensure that when the timing is right for their clients They know we're here to help put gifts into place. It goes back to the whole ABCD concept of building relationships before you need them. What we hope you leave encouraged to do today is to decide to proactively reach out to the professional advisors who serve your community to tell them who you are and who to call. NCF has worked with advisors all across Nebraska to help them help their clients fulfill charitable wishes. Many of the gifts that have benefited your hometowns have come to NCF through the referrals of your donors' trusted professional advisors. We recognize the power of these advisor relationships and continue to focus on developing and maintaining a strong network of advisors to increase gifts to your hometown. In addition to building these relationships with advisors, Jim and I are also dedicated to staying up on all the current issues impacting charitable giving, especially related to tax changes. We share information about these changes with advisors, both through marketing with our Gift Law and Gift Legacy newsletters and through individual outreach. One other thing we do is partner with local affiliated funds to host professional advisor workshops to help advisors learn about the people involved on the funds in their communities and build connections across the NCF network. So that's why we encourage engaging with professional advisors. Now we'll move on to marketing with Carrie.
Hi, I'm Carrie Malik Madani. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications at Nebraska Community Foundation, and I am really excited to talk to you today about utilizing marketing materials because it is a very important part of building a successful planned giving campaign. So we are going to actually take a little walk over to the NCF website. And if there's one thing that you take away from my portion of today's session, let it be that if you are not taking advantage of NCF's planned giving marketing services currently, you should be. So let's head over to nebcomfound.org. This is our homepage, and Emily was just talking about some very informative newsletters. So we're going to scroll down and show you how to get signed up for those. It's this e-newsletter sign up. All you do is put in your email address, click submit, and fill out a little information. And then down here, you'll see e-newsletters. This Gift Legacy is specifically for donors and folks that are interested in planned giving. And Gift Law is really designed with professional advisors in mind. So those are two really great resources that we definitely encourage people to sign up for. We're going to head over to our resources tab and gift planning on that menu. There are tons and tons and tons of resources available to you on this website for all of your gift planning needs that you can share with prospective donors or, of course, check out yourself. So if you scroll down here, I'll just highlight a few of our favorite tools. There are some really nice little informational pages on what to give and how to give. And if you click on these, you'll see that it provides you all different types of gift types. And then clicking into these, you'll actually see some of the benefits of those types of gifts and some specifics on how to make them happen. Another thing to point you to are these gift planning calculators. These are a really nice tool for people, and you can actually plug in personal numbers and information into these and get a better idea of how they might benefit you and in your specific situation. A couple of other really nice ones are this wording for gifts in your will. These are just copy and paste for folks that want to make a planned gift. For those that are just thinking about creating a will for the first time, we have this fantastic free wills guide, which you just type in a little information and we'll send it directly to your email. But that is such a great resource for people as they start to get their affairs in order and make a plan for the future. So I highly encourage you to head over to this page. There are so many, just a wealth of resources here. Of course, one of our favorite pages is always the donor stories, which has lots of really inspiring stories about real Nebraskans who have made planned gifts themselves. The last thing I'm going to talk about today in regards to marketing and planned giving is our 2020 Planned Giving Marketing Challenge. This was something that we designed starting back in January of 2020, and it is a years-long, completely planned out, multi-platform planned giving marketing campaign with all sorts of downloadable resources and tools and articles and different things that you can put to use to talk with people about planned giving. So you can just kind of scroll through here and see each month had a little challenge put together. And it includes all kinds of things, even downloadable social media graphics. And we even went as far as to actually craft a social media post that you can simply copy and paste and post to either your affiliated funds Facebook page or other social media page, or your own personal ones, or those of your fund advisory committee members. So I'll just scroll through here kind of slowly so you get an idea of some of the items on here, but this is a really great resource for anyone who's looking to even just implement a few planned giving marketing ideas. And I know, 2020 is coming to a close here. This is good anytime. It's really evergreen information that can be put to use in 2021 and beyond. And now I'm going to hand it back to Emily to talk a little bit about educating others on planned giving.
Thank you, Carrie. So educating others about planned giving goes back to what Jim shared at the beginning of the session when he talked about how if people were educated, motivated, and asked, they would make a future gift to support their hometowns. So similar to hosting professional advisor workshops, NCF has developed what we call a face-to-face marketing plan, and it's made up of different kinds of donor education events, such as estate planning workshops, legacy dinners, and gathering events. These different in-person events serve as a kind of catalyst to provide the opportunity for you to connect with prospective planned giving donors and begin the conversation about how they may make a planned gift to your fund. Since Jim and I have been involved with many of these events, we've actually developed a handy guide, our how-to planned giving event manual, which you can find on the NCF website in the NCF classroom, or just reach out to me via email or phone to get a copy of it. Hopefully it's kind of plug and play. It lays out exactly how to host these events and take some of the guesswork out of how to do these successfully. Now, simply hosting an education event is not likely to result in a flurry of new gifts to your fund. After all, planned gifts are philanthropic relationships, and they happen at the speed of trust, just like change. What will result in meaningful gifts to your fund is the follow-up and the relationship building that you commit to after these events. So as you work with NCF to plan the donor education events, I hope we'll actually make our follow-up plan together for what you're going to do after the event happens. We'll decide who will follow up with whom, and that could be someone on the FAC, Jim or me, your development fund coordinator, or someone on your plan development committee. And we will work with you to make sure that you feel equipped to educate people in your community, starting with yourself. Now, finally, we're going to move on to partnering with NCF. And Jana, go ahead and take over.
Thanks, Emily. So kind of like what Carrie had said earlier, if you remember nothing else about our session today, just remember that NCF is your partner in crime in all of this. So if you need assistance, please call NCF and we are here to help you, starting with your coordinator, along with Emily and Jim, and all the rest of the NCF staff. So when you're doing your action planning, think about setting a goal for planned giving. Reach out to other peer mentors that have either made a planned gift or have worked very exclusively within their affiliated fund for creating planned gifts. Here again, work with Jim and Emily, work with your coordinator, and definitely rely on Miss Carrie and her team at the NCF network to help you with all your marketing materials. So Jim, I'm going to pass it back to you for a few closing remarks.
Thank you, Janet. So there you have it, the 5 ways to get started with planned giving. Again, we talked about considering making your own gift first, working with your local professional advisors to letting them know what your fund is all about and what you're doing, what your goals are, and who to contact should they have a client interested in benefiting your fund with a planned gift. We really want to encourage you to take a look at these marketing tools that are top grade and use them to educate yourself and others about ways to make a gift. And as Emily talked about, put in place a plan of holding some educational events to help those 7 out of 10 neighbors of yours that are looking for ways to learn how to make a planned gift. And then finally, as Jana said, don't be bashful about calling on us for help. So hopefully we've demystified a little bit planned giving for you during this training session, and that you have a better understanding that planned giving does not have to be complex. And so finally, I just want to leave you with an invitation to join me and my colleagues to consider making your own planned gift. It's no better feeling in the world to have made a commitment in the future to benefit that hometown that is so near and dear to your hearts, and to be able to help others make a planned gift. So with that, I'll stop. Our time is up. Thank you for yours, but please call with questions and to discuss anything you have on your mind. Goodbye.